Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. The first thing I want to start this video off positively is by saying how happy I am to have Formula One back, another new season, another exciting moments that are going to be waiting for us in 2023. I'm not even going to go in the subject yet and go deep and talk about different teams and stats and all the more in-depth information. I'm just gonna say to all of you, welcome to Formula One. I truly have missed it. Every year I'm as excited. Every year I'm as hyped up. I'm pumped up. Every year. I've been a fan. I don't know about you guys, but I've been a fan since I was 7, 8 years old. Since I was a little boy. Now I'm almost 19 this year. So it's basically part of my life. It literally has grown up with me side by side, so it's been part of my life, and I just when I see Formula One, it makes my time stop, and any problems I have in my life, it takes them away for example, if the race is like an hour, for this whole hour, I don't think about anything else but racing and just hearing those beautiful engines, scrolling through those streets, going top speed at 300 kilometers per hour, those beautiful tracks. And it doesn't matter where you are, in Bahreïn, Saudi Arabia, Montreal, anywhere, any track you take, just hearing those beautiful engines and those tires screeching, those beautiful tracks it's something that I cannot explain. Like, the love of Formula One is just as intense for me as it has always been, and every year for me is always exciting. I'm always as happy. I never gave up on Formula One, and never will. So that's something that I want to just make sure that you guys know, that I'm passionate about Formula One, and everything comes from my heart. And the second thing that I want to mention, I didn't want to mention that because it's something that I think it's a little unfortunate at the moment. It's just a newer thing that I think that's really started because of the Netflix show Drive to Survive. I think there's a lot. It's good, but it's also really bad. Like, it's really, really 50-50, I think it really. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I've been a fan way before Drive to Survive, I was excited for it, for Netflix, obviously I watch Netflix, so it's always a good opportunity for any, any sport or anything, just if you're having like a business and you're running a business or whatever, and you have a Netflix show on your business, obviously it's going to be a very, very good promotion for your business, and it's probably going to change your life, so it's the same thing for Formula One. It really did change the fan base of Formula One dramatically, by big numbers, like newer fans, younger and fresher, but also older people as well. Like there's not any like certain specific group age, but obviously it's mostly like youngsters, since they're the ones mostly on Netflix. But there's also like a lot of older people that are newer Formula One fan as well. So there's not really like an age group, but I think, like, the thing that I want to talk about was that why I mentioned that was because of those new opportunities. I think, like, there's also, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I love the opportunities. I want to see Formula One grow. Genuinely, I love Formula One, and I want to share this passion with as many people as I can. That's the dream. That's how sportsmen should be. But I think there's also like a lot of plastic fans. There's also like a lot of toxic fans as well. Like, they support one team one year and they go support another team another year just because they're not having success. I've been a Ferrari fan for over 10 years now. Over 10 years, at least 10 years now. How long is that? And I've seen heartbreaks. Last year, what happened last year? Last year was crazy. I was heartbroken. I was sad. I was frustrated. Like, just, it wasn't a good year. Except like the last race, I was really, really excited. For the last race when Charles Leclerc gave us some good hope and got P2 in the drivers championship. But it was still a very heartbreaking season. It was hard to see engine failures or pit stop issues or strategies issues. It was hard for me, but I still, every year I come back supporting Ferrari, you know? And I never will stop supporting Ferrari. But I don't just go in and start screaming, fuck Ferrari, Ferrari is garbage and stuff like that. It happens that when I'm watching the race, I do get frustrated. I do get very pissed off. And I'm like, oh, I can't watch this team anymore. But I don't go on Instagram saying, oh, like, Ferrari's so bad. They're terrible, they're this, they're that. And I've seen like a lot of youngsters, like a lot of the younger fans. I'm guessing it's more Drive to Survive fans, like they're coming from the Netflix show, but it's still very like tough to see, you know. It's really tough to see, you know, for a fan who has been a fan for so long, you know. I know I keep repeating the word, some words, but it's just. It makes me a little pissed off, but also makes me like a little sad, you know, because, you know, I want to have this fan base, but it's just like, there's so much toxic fans. I'm just like, I'm just sick of it, you know, like a lot of people are just saying, oh, Ferrari's bad, you know, it's been this, it's been that, like always highlighting every mistake of Ferrari. Like, come on, have some passion for Ferrari, have some support for it, you know. I understand there are issues, you know, but there's a difference between toxic fan base and good criticism, you know, like good constructive criticism. And like criticism is fine, because that's how support is. Like a sport, and you need to be criticized, you know. You can't be 100% perfect all the time. You can't be supporting or giving fake support to a team 24/7, you know. I understand that, but toxic fan base, that's like, I don't accept that at all. Like, you can't just come in and say, oh, I'm done with Ferrari, I'm done with this, I'm done with that. Like this toxic behavior, I don't like it, and I don't respect it at all. So that's something that I had to mention just this one time. I won't mention it again, but it's just like, I don't know, it just pisses me off just seeing like just toxic fan base. Like, I think every team has this fan base, but I think like a team like Ferrari, Mercedes, or Red Bull, they have much more, since we're like elite team. We're a team that, you know, always have success, you know, many championship, much history. So we have much more toxic fan bases, you know, like the top teams. So you know, it's tougher for me and like the rest of the tifosi just to see these like you know, toxic you know, fan bases come in and just say, oh, like Ferrari's shit and this and that, you know. But yeah, I had to mention. I just hope that you know, obviously I'll see them a lot, you know, because I don't think like they're gonna stop and they're just gonna come at you with more you know, toxic comments and just saying, oh, Ferrari's bad. So I don't think I'm gonna stop anything at all, and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna like watch those comments, and then I'll just scroll on. But I just hope that, you know, we have more loyal fan bases and just people that keep it positive, you know. But talking about the race, it was really I was really disappointed, you know. Just like the first thing I'll mention is I'll talk about like the negative. But I'm really disappointed. You know, Charles Leclerc had an engine problem and the power just went off and he had to retire. That was like the most heartbreaking thing for me at the moment. I was just like, I mean, I love the race, you know, having Fernando Alonso, an ex-Ferrari legend, you know, like, I mean, he was so close of winning a championship with us. Like, I think around like between 2005 to 2008, if I'm not wrong. I forgot the year, but he was like a few years ago, he was very close of winning a championship with Ferrari. But we have tons of respect, like all the true Ferrari fans have tons of respect for Ferrari, for Ferrari, of course, but for Fernando Alonso. He's a legend, you know. He's 43 years old and still competing at high level is something that I admire, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy is a legend, you know. And like competing at this age with, you know, youngsters, you know, guys like Verstappen is 25 years old, you know. So it's insane to just even think about it, you know. Like Fernando Alonso is like the age of almost like he's almost at the age as like my father, you know. So it's like it's just crazy, you know. Just think about it, you know. He probably started competing before like guys like Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, or you know all these younger pilots were even like young, you know, like they were probably like they were probably not even born yet, you know, some of them. So it's just insane to see how good he is still competing at a high level. But yes, Charles Leclerc, I'm just so disappointed. It was a good race, but Charles Leclerc just I was so sad. Like oh my god, like just seeing like the Ferrari coming, you know, on the side and just giving up power and just can't do anything. It's just you don't know what to do. You're just stuck there. You're just like like you don't know what to do. You know, you're like you can't do anything. You know, basically you're sort of so disappointed. And you know, Charles Leclerc, I said before, and I still believe that he has the quality of a world champion, and he can be a world champion. He's that good. You know, he has so much talent. You know, and I think like it's just a first race, so I won't go too hard on Ferrari. I won't go too hard on Charles Leclerc. I still will keep believing until the last race in Abu Dhabi in 2023. I will keep believing until then. I do not care, and that's just how I am. I'm hyped up every race, and I will keep positivity every race, and I will always be as excited as I am every single race of the year, you know. But yeah, Charles Leclerc, very hard, difficult, disappointing. I mean, that's all the words that come up to my mind at the moment. Carlos Sainz, on the other hand, man, it was tough for him as well. He didn't improve. He did end up at P4, but it was difficult. But on the positive side, he did defend. He did try to defend. You know, he did gave his all, you know, despite having very, you know, difficult car. You know, it was bouncing around. He was saying that, like at one point in the race, he was saying that the car was too bouncy and stuff. And despite having all these issues with the car, he still, you know, tried and gave everything to defend against Alonso, despite Alonso beating him for P3. But then he put up a great fight against Hamilton, a legend. So that's something that I really appreciate. I know Mercedes is on a struggle, and they have been struggling for the past 2 seasons now. Last year was really tough for them, and this year it seems like they're on a struggle. Now the year, like, it's way too early to talk about that right now, but it feels like there's going to be a little struggle this year as well. George Russell hasn't, like, he had a lot of issues today. He was complaining a few times about, like, I think it was the engine, if I'm not wrong. And Hamilton also was not on top of his game. But despite all of that, Hamilton is still one of the greatest to ever do it. He has a great resume. He is a true legend in the game, in the sport. And so Sainz did an incredible job of defending against Hamilton. There was a few sectors that I've seen that, you know, Hamilton was really close of getting Sainz, and Sainz dropping into, you know, P5. But Sainz did an incredible job fighting till the end. So that's something that I could say that's really positive, that I could see and be like, okay, I'm really proud of Ferrari for at least doing that, even though there was just, you know, 80% of it was just negative and criticism that I could just say about Ferrari. You know, that's all I could say about today's race for now. Now, I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, you know, Ferrari's done, new year, new Ferrari, and all these trolls will come after Ferrari like the usual. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but I will say that this year I will keep hoping, I will keep believing. It's a new season, it's a new start. Like, it's way too early. First of all, you know, it's the Bahreïn Grand Prix is the first race of the season. It's way too early. We could see so much momentum shifting towards one team. It could shift towards another pilot. So there's so much to look forward to. You know, like, why are so many fans literally looking at this race and be like, oh, this is it, it's done, you know? But that's all I'm gonna say. Ferrari for life. Tifosi for life. I'm gonna keep supporting Ferrari. I'm gonna keep believing. So I hope all of you have a great day. It was a good race overall. I'm really happy, and welcome back to Formula One. Welcome back, and take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.